Lakeland, Florida, September 8, 2021. When a shooter attacked her family, an 11-year-old girl managed to survive by pretending to be dead. Riley stopped his truck and challenged one of the victims while mowing his lawn on Saturday evening, roughly 9 hours before the attack, according to Sheriff Grady Judd and court records. Riley, who lives 30 miles away in Brandon, informed the victim that God had sent him to save her from committing suicide. Riley was asked to leave by the victims, who informed him that no one of that name lived there. They dialed 911, but Riley was nowhere to be found when officials arrived. Riley was not found when a deputy checked the area. Given the conditions, Judd stated there wasn't much further that could be done. Sheriff Judd stated, "He never threatened violence, he never said I'm going to come back and shoot and do this and that. He confessed afterwards and told us, you know, he made me extremely upset, so I went home and wrote an ops plan, and you know what that means, you have to kill everyone if you make an ops plan," she said. Riley returned at 4:30 a.m. Sunday, positioning glow sticks to make a route leading to the residence, possibly to lure authorities into an ambush, according to Judd. When a deputy in the neighborhood heard popping noises, he raised the alarm, which alerted state and local law enforcement personnel. When they arrived, they discovered Riley outdoors, unarmed and dressed in camouflage, with his truck on fire. When Riley returned to the residence, officers heard more gunshots, as well as a woman cry and a baby whimper, according to Judd. Officers attempted to enter the property but were met with a barred front door. When they got to the back, Judd said they noticed Riley, who seemed to be wearing full body armor. Riley and the officers exchanged gunfire, Judd said, with dozens if not hundreds of bullets fired before Riley fled back into the house. Everything fell silent until a chopper unit observed Riley come out, according to the sheriff. He'd been shot before and was ready to give up. Officers heard shouts for aid from within, but weren't sure if there were any more shooters, and suspected the house was booby-trapped. Despite this, one cop raced in and retrieved the injured girl, who informed police that 3 people were dead inside. According to the sheriff's office, they were all huddled in fear, with the boy dying in his mother's arms. Even the family dog was killed by a bullet. "I'll never be able to forget seeing that mother holding that dead baby," Judd added. "It's a nightmare of epic proportions." Justice Gleason, 40, was one of the victims, according to Judd. Judd only identified the other victims as a 33-year-old lady, her infant son, and the boy's 62-year-old grandmother, citing a state privacy law. Gleason was in a relationship with Teresa Lanham, according to Facebook posts and public records, and they had a newborn boy, Jody, in May. Catherine Delgado, Lanham's mother, owned and lived on the land. From a previous relationship, Gleason has an 11-year-old daughter. Riley's fiancée told investigators that he was never aggressive but had gotten increasingly unstable, according to authorities. He claimed to be on a God-sent mission, stockpiling supplies for Hurricane Ida victims, including $1,000 in cigars, she added. According to officials, Riley's car was also equipped with bleeding control kits and other gunfight equipment. According to the sheriff, he worked as a private security guard and had no criminal past. Riley was arrested and sent to jail in a white jumpsuit later that day. As reporters questioned why he killed the family, he appeared dejected, dropping his head and barely raising his eyes. Riley informed detectives that he shot people on this property because he was commanded to by God. He described himself as a sick guy who wanted to go to jail. Riley served in the United States Marine Corps and was deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan before being honorably discharged, according to Sheriff Grady Judd. Riley's girlfriend told detectives he has PTSD and lately believed he could communicate directly with God, according to the sheriff. Riley's girlfriend, according to Judd, thought his behavior had grown increasingly erratic. "He was a security guard at a church," she added, "and he came home stating he could communicate with God." Riley is being kept in jail without being able to post a bond.